but my social skills had developed supremely. One of our field trips I loved was going to a senior center, singing songs, dancing, and passing out gifts to the residents. We had a spelling bee at the school, and I won.
I like AGA. I like AGA because it is a school for gifted kids like me. Also, the teachers make learning fun. We have a lot of events at our school. International festivals, spelling bee, and after-school programs like chess and robotic classes. Our school motto is, where imagination comes to play. Finally, on rare occasions, we play video games.
Why I like AGA? I like AGA because I'm always learning or reviewing. My favorite classes are Mandarin and Spanish. My favorite teachers are Miss Xiao Xiao and Miss Rivera. The classes that I feel I'm doing the best in are math and science. The classes I think I need to improve are language arts and social studies. My favorite fun day at AGA is the International Festival because we sung songs and presented our countries to our parents.
So you know this is sincere and right off the heart. I gotta tell you, I have considered very strongly taking Serene out of AGA several times because of the cost. I absolutely love the education that she's getting, but every single month it's like, oh. And then she comes home and she says, ni hao, really, and then she speaks. And I'm like, okay, Joy, it is so worth the cost. Where she told me how much she likes science. And she was like, my favorite science experiment is when we change different forms from liquid to gas to solid. I'm like, yeah, you know, I think she gets it and she's really understanding. So I like the school because they're educating my child in a way that I know she will not be educated if I pay the same price at any other place, or even if I paid more at another place. So she'll be here until she can't be here anymore.
Well, unlike Joy, I knew I was speaking, yet I didn't prepare anything. So there you go. Well, why I like AGA? You heard my son. He wants to become a molecular physicist when he grows up. At 8, I didn't know the words went together or individually. He asked me the other day whether he needed a PhD in his field in order to succeed. At 8, again, my primary concern was, oh, do I get to play today? Yes. Outside, maybe? You know, what games am I playing with my friends? His education and the way he comes back and talks to me about what he has learned or what he is doing at class makes it worth it every single day for me. He is, like he said, enjoying the school. And to me, that is the best part. I have talked to prospective parents, and I have told them exactly that. When you take your child in for that half day, ask your son or your daughter how they felt when they come out of that place. I took him to a school that is bigger, fancier facilities, has the playground. I don't know about the swimming pool though, but yeah, I wasn't offered any cappuccino either. But he went there, and there was a moment when he thought that that was going to be it because it had more kids, he had more friends, and he could have more people that he interacted with. When I was moving him from the public school that he went to, that was one of the concerns. We don't have that many kids here. Is he really going to be having that skill set of socialization, you know, being able to interact with each other? But what he has had is kids who are like him, who are exactly like him. He is not talked up where, oh, that's what I've heard since he was 2 years old. He's the smartest kid in the class. He's the smartest kid in the class. And it gets to his head. He was getting to the point where it was like, I know this. I know everything. You don't know stuff, Mom. I'm like, oh. Wait up now. You are 6 years old. Until you turn 18. My rules. So, but anyway, we chose the school after deliberations, you know, not because of how pretty it looks, not because of how many people there are, but what he's being taught. And to me, that is worth, sorry, Joy, every penny.
Yes.
Every single penny that I pay for him to go to school here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am the Hunts parent. So for me, why we, yeah, I know that. So the reason that we ended up choosing AGA, and I'm gonna be real transparent, at first I was a little cautious because of the size and then it being new. So Ms. Anderson and we had a step-in plan, and I did live up to that. I was like, we're going to try the first one, which is my oldest, because I knew I would get the most feedback from my oldest child. And that was like the fall of last year. Then in January, I added the second one. So that you're like, just seeing how it was doing and how the school was evolving. And then in March, I added the third. So I am the one with all three of the groupings of students. I have children in each one. We've chosen it and we've stayed here because of what's been alluded by the other parents. It's the academic rigor. The one thing that you can always stand on is what you know. Nobody can take that away from you. And being educated and well educated in a global society is of extreme importance. Also the addition of the languages, because the borders have also dissipated across the world, that ability to socialize and communicate with people of different backgrounds and different traditions in their own language I've learned will lead my children to have a phenomenal step up and edge over all of the other competition. They have actually, like Ms. Anderson has implemented this individualized plan, and I think that has been phenomenal because it meets each child where they are. So it starts to teach them things that you usually don't see until you're an adult, because you get an individualized plan when you get to your workplace and they start judging you based on your specifics. So I like that she has translated what you need in the real world and you've backed it all the way down to where children are now. So they start to understand, I cannot be great in everything. This is my strength. This is where my weakness is. So overall, I think the school has been phenomenal for my three. They do come home talking about education. We have things like we like to play chess and we like to do these type of things that, like she was saying, that was not my concern. Just need to be in by the time the lights come on outside, and that was my concern. So she's done a phenomenal job. Even with the size, I think that's actually worked to the advantage of being able to personalize and give the children what they need.
Choice, what a perfect topic. Because as parents of gifted students, we can send our kids to public schools, private schools, magnet schools, and I just want to thank Claire for offering this particular school as a school of choice, because I really struggle with finding the appropriate place to place my son. We went with the more private, bigger, influential, traditional school, and it didn't work. Here, we've been here less than 6 months. I've seen amazing improvements in him academically. Even yesterday, he had an assignment where he had to read a section for Helen Keller's story and answer 10 questions. Without me prompting him, he was able to write complete, comprehensive sentences at the age of 6. That's amazing. 6 months ago, he couldn't have done that. And if I had kept him at his older school, he still wouldn't have been able to do it. So I just want to thank Claire for providing this opportunity of giving us as parents another choice, and a choice that works. Because even though we have other choices, the other schools are not effective for the type of kids that we have. So thanks, Claire.
We were actually in a public school system, and we moved here over the summer from Minnesota. So it was just a complete change for us. And part of the reason we moved here is because we wanted more cultural diversity, and like you were alluding to, the whole borders changing, and we wanted our son to have that new environment. So, and yeah, obviously I'm not used to talking in front of people. Anyway, we didn't know that Bradley was gifted. We thought that he had maybe a high-level functioning autism, ADHD, we didn't know. And we were researching tons of different things. And one of his teachers actually did say that she thought he was gifted. And when we did the research on it, everything seemed to fit. So we were having huge behavioral issues in his public school. So coming here was a really great move for us, and I've seen amazing progress in Bradley since we've been here. So.
Yeah.